More than 24 hours after the shootout, lots of people are still processing what happened and grieving the impacted families. That includes a church next to the park trying to do what it can to help. WFMY News 2's Nixon Norman talked to the pastor who held a vigil tonight.
Right across the street from Lineback Park reads this message: please pray for our children, schools, and community. Tonight, that message turned into action as Mount Tabor United Methodist hosted a prayer vigil for a community reeling from gun violence. In a world where gun violence is becoming more common, Pastor David Beam says you have to be prepared.
In some sense, it was another day in the life of the church. We work with people at their best and their worst a lot of days. Yesterday was a lot worse than most.
A shootout at Lineback Park just across the street left 2 teenagers dead and 5 others wounded and forced the church and preschool into lockdown. Beam says police used the parking lot as a staging area, and it was nearly a reunification site for Jefferson Middle students.
That kind of incident that close by, we just feel for the families and those kids that were involved in the shooting, all the family and the whole community.
That's why the church opened its doors today, offering a place to gather and grieve.
Specifically just wanted to be a place for people who were struggling with what happened yesterday and the violence and all of the division that we have in our culture these days, to have a place where they can come in and experience God's love and to be together.
A vigil that drew people in like Sydney Morris.
I think it'll help with healing some, that the people, care enough to come out, that they're worried, about what's happening with our youth.
Morris says she's usually at the park around the time the shooting happened.
Fortunately, nobody was injured from that. The people that are normally there, we don't know whether it was just a cool morning and people didn't come out as early, but normally that time of day people are playing tennis and walking, and school kids come from some of the preschools out in Pofftown, come over here and bring busloads of little kids.
And like so many, she's hoping for change.
We can get our kids back where they need to be with a better understanding of what happens when you do things spontaneously that just don't make sense sometimes.
Pushing for a world where gun violence doesn't become a cycle of rinse and repeat. In Winston-Salem, Nixon Norman, WFMY News 2.